Hello everyone, welcome you all for the lecture series Machine Learning with Python. So previously we have discussed about what are all the basic steps happening in the machine learning process. So continue to that topic. Today we are going to discuss some more interesting topics. So previous class we have discussed about the machine learning life cycles. So by continuing that topic, first step we have the problem definition. We have to identify the problems. Next one, we have to gather the data. Then we have to do the pre-processing step. That is, if want, we can go for the addition, deletion, deleting the outliers, or cleaning the data, those things. Then we have to do the analysis, that is EDA. If want, go for the feature scaling and selection process. Then we have to select the models. Next thing, once the model is selected based on the data, the model should be trained and evaluate. That is the testing part. Then we have to go for the model deployment. Finally, we have the model monitoring and maintenance. So what all the process will happen in this data cleaning? First thing, again, this is a continuous process. Can start from anywhere. If want, we will remove the unwanted observation. That means if there is any outliers, we can remove it, or handling the missing data. That is, if you have any non data, we can add the data by means of taking mean or average or median values. Then we have to manage the unwanted outliers, then fixing the structural errors. So these are the considerations for data cleaning. That is, the goal of this data cleaning is to ensure that the data is accurate, consistent, and free of error. So this is very important in data cleaning. Next, we are going for feature scaling. So once the features of complete data set is known, so this technique is used to standardize the output features present in the data. So we are doing it in the data pre-processing step. So we can done this feature scaling by means of absolute maximum scaling or min-max scaling, or we can go for normalization, standardization, or robust scaling. So the which has median and interquartile ranges. So what we will do in the data pre-processing step. So by the image, we can easily understand we have a raw data. That is, we have a data set which has n number of data there. So we have structured those data. We have to go for pre-processing. That is the cleaning process. Then we have to analyze those data. That is the EDA part and insights, reports, visual graphs. If there is anything, we have to go for it. These steps will take place in the data pre-processing stage. Next, we are going for ML classification, that is machine learning types. We have three different types. Basically, it is supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and we have reinforcement learning. The supervised learning, we can easily define it by means of the title, the word what we have used, that is supervised learning, which has provided input data as well as corrected output data to the machine learning model. So by the image, we can able to know we have the input as label data. We're training the models with the label data. The predictions is happening, and we can easily go for the output of the model. In the supervised learning, we have two types. One is regression, another one is classification. Regression, we have used if there is any relation between the input as well as the output variables. So we can go for the regression. Classification, as we all know, it is a categorical value. Next, we are going for unsupervised learning. So unsupervised learning, again, in the ML, we are giving the raw data, which is unlabeled data. Now, the model has to develop some patterns based on the data type, and it should produce the output. So in the algorithm, we have the interpretation as well as the processing part. So again, this unsupervised learning is classified into clustering and association rules. So in the clustering, that is, it is a grouping. And association rule, we have to find the relation between the variables. So finally, we have the reinforcement learning. Again, it is a feedback-based ML. So we have the environment. There is an agent. He has to do this task by means of rewards or state from the environment. And again, the action should be happen to the environment. That is in which an agent learns to behave in an environment by performing the actions and seeing the results. So we can tell about some of the advantage and disadvantages of this ML. So it is easily identify trends and patterns in way there is no human interventions in needed, and the continuous improvement will going to happen. And we can handle multidimensional data. There is a huge applications there. Meanwhile, there is a disadvantages also, high error susceptibility, and we have adaptations of results, and time and resources is also a matters here. And finally, we have to do the data acquisitions. So these are all some of the advantage and disadvantages. So some other interesting topic continue to this we can see in the next class. Thank you.